Today we're being joined by potential AFLW draftee from Western Australia, Jorja Haines. Jorja, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me.
No worries. Tell us a bit about yourself. What got you into footy and what type of player you are?
I think when I was about 14, a few friends just asked me to come down, and I was a big basketball player, so I was keen to play footy, but it was kind of a social thing at the start, and then kind of got a bit serious a few years from there.
That's good. Type of position you play?
I play centre half forward, but sometimes I roll into the inside mid as like a ruck rover position.
Oh, that's very good. So versatility is key these days. Is that something you try to bring to your game as well? Because these days you don't necessarily need to, but it's ideal to have some other positions in your arsenal as well.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I'm open to play any position, but I think I definitely could play in the back line if I was needed there. But yeah, I'm definitely open to play any position if I was needed to.
That's good. So obviously, being part of Peel Thunder and the Freo Academy, how's that been like to be a part of the Freo Academy?
Yeah, it's been good. I've only been down to one training so far, but not sure what that will look like for the next few months. But haven't heard too much of that so far. But yeah, Peel's been good.
That's good. So obviously into your draft year, how do you approach this year and what are some goals you set for yourself?
I'm kind of a bit nervous about this year, to be honest. Even though it's kind of just another year of footy, but definitely a lot of expectations. I'm definitely very hard on myself to get drafted because that's been a goal for such a long time. But definitely just a goal, setting a goal each week, just to play my best, get into the Waffle W side each week and, just improve my game each week instead of kind of thinking about the end result at the end of the year, I guess.
Good. So what would you say is some of your strengths as a footballer?
Definitely definitely more of a burst player, kind of bursting out of packs, and I'm definitely a very competitive player, so I like to win. I like to win on the inside, get it out, like my teammates down the line, and I think I have a very good kick. So getting the distance on the field and hitting targets and stuff is definitely one of my strengths.
That's good. So obviously, while you've been in the Fremantle Academy, how has that been for you, and how nerve-wracking was it to get told at the time that you were a part of the academy at that point?
It was definitely very exciting, but nervous going into that environment because it's such an elite level. But yeah, definitely going in there with those girls' experiences, kind of taking it as a learning experience instead of being nervous about it. But yeah, to go in there and see how elite that level is, see what it takes to actually get there. It was very good. Yeah.
That's good. So does that help ease some form of nerves, I suppose, heading into this year that you've been in the academy of Freo and you kind of got a gist of it, of how it could end up being already, instead compared to someone that might be just going from their under-18s team and having none of that background before?
Yeah, I definitely gets an inside gist of what it's actually like, but I guess it's still very nerve-wracking knowing any of the girls can get drafted. You just never really know what they're looking for, but it definitely helps knowing what it's like. But yeah, I definitely still work as hard as all the other girls because such a competitive age group this year because all the girls are so talented. But it definitely helps knowing how they train, what they do on the day-to-day, and yeah, it's pretty good.
So now we fast backtrack a couple of years. We were in the AFLW Under-17s Championships. How was that time being in the Under-17 Championships? That you weren't even 17 back then. So how was it like playing at that level? Was it maybe 15, was it?
Yeah, I think, I was a bit younger. I've always been kind of the youngin' of the group, so it's a bit weird being the oldest this year. But, it was definitely good, learning from the older girls and kind of, I don't know, kind of sitting back and watching, how they play and train. But, yeah, it's definitely, again, a really good learning experience for us, the younger girls coming through, because I had such good leaders like Caitlin Sirhoy and Georgie Cleaver and all that kind of as the top ages, and they really helped, obviously coming in a bit nervous because you're so young, and, yeah, they really helped you into it, so it was really good.
Now, you mentioned Caitlin and Georgie. How good was it to see some of those girls get picked up and some other friends or teammates of yours get picked up in the last few years?
Yeah, really exciting for sure, like knowing how hard they work and stuff. So really good to see like they got rewarded for that.
For sure. Is leadership aspirations anything of yours that you would try to get to in the future, or if that's something that you've been in already?
Yeah, for sure. I was like a vice captain for the Rogers Cup team a few years ago at Peel, so that was pretty good. But I didn't really get to kind of explore that because I was playing league that year, so I didn't really get to help any of the girls. But definitely I'm going to try and go for captain this year in the national champs. I definitely love helping the younger girls because I know how nerve-wracking it is, and I definitely would love to help them, you know, like settle the nerves and kind of just have a bit of fun while they're young.
Absolutely. So you mentioned the championships. Obviously, that'd be a goal, obviously, to play in that championships alongside some of your best WA teammates as well, and play against the best of the best from the other states.
Yeah, for sure. Like, we have such a close group up here. Like, I feel like it's just such a good group this year, and I feel like we could really play really well at the end of the year if we keep going how we are. Yeah, we're definitely training really well and such a close group, and that definitely helps having that bond with everyone.
Sure. Who are some players that are in this draft year that you're looking forward to see how they'll progress throughout the year and hoping that they'll end up getting drafted at the end of the year?
Definitely Molly O'Hare and Zippy Fish. Like, they're such talented players and they work so hard at training and stuff. And definitely a few other girls like Holly Britton, Claudia Wright, and yeah, those girls work really hard at training and they put in the extra work. So yeah, it would definitely be really rewarding seeing them, seeing their hard work pay off at the end of the year.
Who did you grow up barracking for?
Freo for sure.
Well, that. How did you reckon the boys and the girls teams went this year?
Freo like went alright, I guess, and the girls played well, but they just didn't get the result that they wanted.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Now, obviously, you said you're playing up forward. So, what do you feel is one of the best goals you've ever kicked in any level? And can you describe it if you can remember it?
Oh, I'm not sure, to be honest. Definitely, or not last year, the year before. I think I'm pretty sure it was a finals game, and I had a set shot, and that got us in front. So that definitely got us up a little bit. But I don't think we got the win in the end.
Okay.
No, I don't. But it definitely helped us, you know, like get up and about a little bit. But yeah,
Good.
I don't think we won it in the end. But that's right.
That's all right. If you could hypothetically, it can be as unrealistic as you want here. If you could best describe your best goal, it can be a torp, a check side after the siren, anything like that. How would you best describe it?
I'm not sure. Like, I can't really remember.
No, it doesn't have to actually have happened. You could have just unreal. If you can make up a way of your best ever goal, what would you want it to be like? Would you want it to be a torp, a check side after the siren? Anything?
Probably a snap on the boundary line on the siren to win a game, to be honest. Like, that would just be so cool.
That would definitely be cool. Now, are you a goal celebrator? If so, is there any celebrations you pull out?
No, not really, to be honest. I kind of just do the little, like, come on and just give my teammates a high five, but nothing too big, to be honest.
Nice and basic. Sometimes that's the way to go about it. Now, on the trend of goals, mark or goal of the year, which one would you rather do and why?
I reckon mark of the year, like a big specky, to be honest. Good. Like, I reckon that would be heaps cooler than goal of the year. I don't know why. I just reckon it would be.
It's fair. And Elise, I suppose with mark of the year, you could get, if you get a photographer there, you get a good photo, and your profile picture dusted there, and it'd be cool. The goal you can't, they're still pretty cool. I mean, every time I ask players this, there's always a split answer. You can't go wrong though either way.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. Have you been given any advice on how to handle this draft by any of the Fremantle people, any coaches, any teammates, or anyone else?
We just kind of had a camp the last few weekends for the State 18s program, and mindset is a big thing that we kind of focus on, kind of just like focusing on what's next, not what's in the future kind of thing. Like, obviously focusing your game and stuff, but it's kind of the outside noise that they said might kind of get to you. So it's kind of just that, you know, just focus on what really matters and like who matters to you, and just like playing your game how you normally play and not getting distracted by the nerves or the stress or anything like that. But yeah, definitely mindset is a big thing that we're focusing on this year.
That's a very good way to think about it as well. If you were to use an AFL or AFLW player comparison to this type of style of play that you play like, who would you put in that spot?
I feel like obviously I'm nowhere near good as like Kiara Bowers or anything like that, but I definitely would aspire to be as good as her one day. But kind of just how rough she plays and how competitive she is, like to the ball. Like I feel like I'm kind of developing to be that kind of player, and yeah, I'm definitely to be somewhat near as close as good as her one day.
That's good. What nicknames do you get at the club that you like or dislike?
I get George a lot, and definitely from my coaches, and I get Hainesy all the time. I definitely like getting called Hainesy all the time, but yeah, I definitely get called George by like my friends and like my teammates.
Not the best. Sometimes nice and basic. Sometimes the way to go about it. Favorite teammates at any of the teams you've been a part of?
My favorite teammates probably at Peel, because they play at Peel too, are Evie Coucher and Holly Britton. Like we've been like really good friends for a long time. And at State, Molly O'Hare, Zippy Fish, I'm honestly really good friends with all the girls in the State program. But yeah, like definitely they're my closest friends.
Yeah, that's very good. Zippy Fish, just the name Zippy Fish, it's always a name that's going to be really recognisable. What did you think of the name overall? Pretty cool name.
Yeah, definitely a cool name. Like, got to give it to her. Like, it's a very cool name. Like, definitely gets out there all the time. Yeah, she's a very good player, but yeah, definitely a cool name to back it up.
Sure, and that fits the style of play, a bit of Zippy style of player as well. And it's a nice name, out of the ordinary name too, but it works and it fits.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a cool name, but yeah, it suits her so well. So it works.
Sure. Who would you say is the coach's pet at any of the teams that you've been a part of?
I don't know. I think we all kind of suck up to the coaches, to be honest, like everyone does, but no one in particular, really. I think we all do, to be honest.
That's fair enough. What do you feel is the best individual game you've ever played, and do you recall it?
I think it was kind of like a school comp, and it was like we were versing like so there was like a comp, and it was like the all girls school team and then like the public schools and the private schools. And one of those games that I played was probably the best game that I ever played. Kind of just like I really got in there that game and I didn't hold back, and yeah, it was really good. I really gave that game my all.
That's good. Any outside of footy interests that you have?
I definitely go to the beach all the time because I live really close, and just hang out with my friends is really important, just to kind of have that sport and social life balance, just to kind of so I don't go crazy, I guess.
Fair enough. And that seems to be a common answer with WA players as well, with the beaches and with the weather all the time.
Yeah, it's so hot all the time. I think we've got another heat wave coming. I think it's going to be like 45 next week or something. So, yeah.
Not ideal, that's for sure. Any favourite TV shows or movies?
I definitely love the movie The Kissing Booth, and I love the TV series or the Netflix series Vampire Diaries. They're definitely my favourite.
I've heard Vampire Diaries been mentioned probably about 4 times in the last week, so that seems to be a trend, but it's well known, but that's okay. Yeah. Who loves the limelight, the attention, the camera at any of the teams that you've been a part of and can't get enough of it, and they know exactly what to do when there's a camera around?
Definitely Caitlin Sohoy from Peel. Like, obviously, saw the videos after she got drafted. She's very good on camera. But, yeah, she has such good personality, and also, I don't know. I don't think us girls have really been exposed to much, like, media to really know who is like that.
That's fair. I'll rephrase it then. So potentially someone that loves just doing TikToks, or someone that just wants to get on the camera in some, maybe not at that high level, but like in your own time, who loves to do too much of all that type of stuff?
I think definitely like me and Holly, like as a pair, we definitely love I don't know, we're kind of the loud ones at training and, get everyone involved and have a laugh. But
Yeah.
like the more extroverts of the group, to be honest.
Fair enough. If you could hypothetically poach any player from any other AFLW club to join Freo, as that's a team you support, who would you want to steal for Freo and why?
Oh, I'm not sure.
No one that comes to mind. A type of player?
I don't know.
Right.
Like-
That's fine. All right. So toughest opponent have you ever had to match up on at any level?
Definitely Jamie Harkin from Claremont. She's such a strong. Yeah, she definitely just knows how to move the ball and get through traffic. So, yeah, it's definitely really hard to defend her because she's just such a strong player. So, yeah, it's definitely hard to play against her.
That's right. Gee, well, this answer could go any way. What's something someone does, any of the teams you've been a part of, that you cannot stand with, that's trying to scare people, leave rubbish around, just be flat out annoying? Is there anything? Doesn't necessarily be anyone, but is anything come to mind?
No, I don't think so. It's kind of just like good vibes in both teams. Like everyone kind of just gets along. Nothing really annoys anyone, to be honest.
Again, that's a good thing. Did you play any other sports outside of footy?
Yeah, I used to play like a really high level of basketball before I started playing footy. So yeah, that was.
How did you go at basketball? Go all right?
Yeah, I went pretty good. Like I made a few state teams and stuff. So yeah, it was pretty good.
That's good. Some fun facts about you that some people may not know about you.
Well, this is always a hard question. I don't know. Like, I have a really young brother, and that surprises some people. And
Okay.
like that surprises people sometimes because of the age gap. But yeah, it really comes to mind.
That's fair enough. Now we'll backtrack. You mentioned the Rogers Cup before, so you actually won the best and fairest in that year in your first year playing Waffle for Peel Thunder. How was that time?
Yeah, it was really good because I think at that time I was just having fun and kind of just, didn't really think about anything too much. So I think that's what was when I was playing my best footy. Like I was kind of just having fun. Like wasn't thinking about anything too much. Like it was kind of just like a go out there and show us what you've got kind of year. And yeah, obviously that really showed off at the end of the year, winning the best and fairest. But yeah, really exciting year. Like, first year playing Waffle, didn't know what to expect. But yeah, just ended up winning the best and fairest, which was really good. Definitely helped me and boost my confidence, I guess.
Sure, that's very true. So obviously you played in the finals for Waffle one year as well that you just mentioned, and you won a premiership at a local club. How was it that day leading up to that grand final and aftermath once you got the win?
Yeah, it was definitely very nervous, like the week before, knowing that you're about to play in a grand final. But I guess, at local level, there's not too much pressure that's like put on you. So it was just a personal thing, like me putting pressure on myself. But yeah, it's definitely like almost like relief that like knowing that your hard work's finally paid off at the end of the year and you got the win. It's just like such like just everyone was so happy and excited and everyone just really got around each other because we all played so well. So yeah, it was definitely a very rewarding night.
That's good. So have you ever had any AFL or AFLW player interactions as a fan, and were there any memorable moments or memories that you'd want to forget?
No, not really, to be honest. Like I haven't really. Nah, not really. Like not really as a fan. Nah, I can't remember. As a player, yeah, definitely like a few girls like coming in, especially in the like Freo, like talking to some of the girls. Like it was definitely like such a good experience, like talking to them as kind of like a teammate, whereas like a fan, like kind of, yeah, it was really good.
That's good. So defenders, I feel like at times they don't get appreciated as much as at all compared to other positions. So obviously Brownlow is directed towards midfielders and even rucks start to get noticed there. The opposite forwards, as you know, is for the Coleman. So the defenders, should they have their own official title, whatever you want to call it, but should they have their own as well?
Yeah, I think they should because I feel like they do save a lot of games, and I feel like sometimes they do more. Like it just depends, like what the score is. Like so it just really depends on like which part of the oval the ball's going to the most. And I feel like defenders definitely need to get a bit more praise for their work because they do work really hard, and they honestly they get the ball out, and that's why the ball gets down to our end because it's getting stopped and they're stopping it. So yeah, I definitely feel like they need to get a bit more praise for their hard work.
Definitely. So who would you say is the best chatterbox at any of the clubs you've been a part of?
Definitely my friend Holly Britton. She definitely talks your ear off when you start talking to her. But yeah, love it a bit. It's a good chatter, not annoying. So
This could be to either category here that we just kind of mentioned there. A teammate or teammates you would want to avoid and someone that you wouldn't want to avoid.
There's not really anyone I'd want to avoid. Like I'm kind of just like friendly to everyone and everyone's friends, but definitely wouldn't want to avoid Chelsea, Evie, like Holly. You definitely want to stop to them and have a chat because they always lighten your mood and get you to want to train and, just have a good laugh at training and stuff.
That's good. So this might be the similar answer then. If you're stuck on a deserted island with teammates, would they be the ones you'd want to bring?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely have a fun time there with them.
Most prized possessions that you have, some things you couldn't live without.
Definitely my family. They're like a big part of my life, and my phone. And yeah, my friends. Like family and friends are a big one for me. Like I always hang around them. Make time for them just to see them, and they're definitely a big part of my life.
And that's a great answer. All three answers there was terrific. And the phone one, I just want to go back to that one because, a lot of people, you hear the odd time some people say, oh, no, I don't need my phone. And people around your age and my age, which is not much different, I think they're lying if they say they don't need their phone.
Yeah, I agree there. Look, like, you can say you don't need your phone, but at the end of the day, you always love scrolling on TikTok or Instagram.
Yes.
Your friends,
Exactly right. Who is the loudest and quietest teammate?
I'd have to go with Holly's the loudest, probably. She's a common denominator in all these answers, but and the quietest. I'd say Juliet Kelly, JK. She's pretty quiet on the field and off the field, but she definitely have a good chat to her when you're one-on-one. But she's definitely very quiet.
That's good. Favorite food?
Oh, this is a hard one. Definitely good homemade pasta.
Yeah, that's good. It's a good answer. And I think the last 5 interviews I've done the last week, everyone said that. So that's, again, it seems to be a common trend, and I agree with that. I love pasta myself. Best dish that you could cook, and if you're not really a cook, is it just the basic stuff?
I definitely love to cook some good nachos. Pretty easy. Not too long to cook.
That's very true. What dip would you use if you use any?
What, sorry?
What dip? Sauce dip, like salsa, sour cream, or anything? Spicy sauce, anything?
I don't know. Definitely. I love a good sweet chili sauce on anything. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Nice. And foods that you don't like?
I don't like spicy foods at all. Like I don't have a spice tolerance at all, so I just don't like it. I don't know. I kind of just eat anything, to be honest. But spicy foods would be my main one. Definitely don't like them.
Fair enough. Can't handle the heat, as they say.
No, definitely not.
Fair enough. So spicy buffalo clearly wouldn't be something you try, because I can handle spicy foods. And one recommendation would be, but you don't like it anyway, would be to anyone, if you ever have a sauce and you get them in a tub and it's a really hot sauce, do not tip the whole thing in a meal, or in my case, when I did it with, say, chips from a takeaway place like McDonald's, for example, and tip it all in the thing and try and go from there. Do not try. I couldn't even handle that. And I can handle the spicy food myself.
Yeah, that's no good. Far out.
Never recommend to anyone to do that. Some quirks someone would say that you have that you may not want to admit.
Or I don't know. I think definitely like laughing in really serious situations. I'm really bad at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of just
That's
not a serious person sometimes, which can be a good and bad thing in different situations.
for sure. That's a good answer. How would you fancy yourself in front of the goals and get in front of the big sticks?
Oh, yeah, I definitely love kicking goals and having set shots. It's definitely one of my favourite things to do in games, but it's very nerve-wracking. I feel like I miss more set shots than I do just like random little ground ball pick-up shots. I don't know. There's just something about it that, I don't know.
That's fair. Celebrity crush.
Definitely Jacob Elordi. Yeah, definitely my celebrity crush.
Fair enough. I've got a few more questions. I appreciate you coming on. If you were to describe your best dream AFLW scenario, what would it be, and who would you want to? Oh, I know who you'd want to play for, but dream scenario, how would you want it? If you could, in a perfect world, you could pick however you wanted to pan out. What would it be?
Definitely playing at the MCG, like with Freo,
Yeah.
versing Eagles, like a derby on the MCG. That would just be like so amazing. Even though it would probably never happen, but it'd be so amazing on the MCG experience. What it's like, especially playing for the team I want to play for, and playing a derby. They're always such good games.
Sure, absolutely. I really do appreciate coming on, Georgia. But one thing I want to point out too, and for people would think that it wasn't your first interview. You've done really well. This is your first interview ever, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you did perfect. You seem to go really well. Like it was more. You've done more than one before. So I really appreciate you coming on. All the best for the rest of the year at Peel and Freo Academy, etc. Hopefully you picked up one of those clubs, if not someone else, at the end of the year. Really appreciate you coming on. It's been good having you on.
Much. Thank you for having me.
All right, thanks, Georgia.